You became a victim of love with no compassion. You're in denial. Like an addict, I'm feeling like I don't have control. Is this heaven? Cause I won't put a price on my soul. Gotta break it today. I'm gonna free my mind. Can't wait until it feels right. I'm just gonna take my time. Loving me. 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 Oh, I've been living in my visions with my eyes closed. Daily meditation, let it take me where my mind goes. I'm a goddess, going through it. Now I'm investing my love, follow me. I'm letting go, let my ego hold me down. Now I own power, feminine, divine, so strong. In every move I make, text my hand, I quit at all costs. Now it's automatic, no staring on my knees in control. Where I'm headed, I'm present and it's feeding my soul. Gotta claim it, today I learn to free my mind. And everything is all in. I'm just gonna take my time, loving me. I'm just gonna take my time, loving me. I just wanna take my time, loving me. Yeah. I'm just gonna take my time, loving you. I'm just gonna take my time, loving me. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm just gonna take my time, loving me. I'm gonna take my time, I love the way you glow, queen. Glow.
All right. All right, day four, grand rising, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Grand rising, I'm so happy to see you. Like I said, today is day 4 of our 21 days to self-love and soul alignment challenge. So if you're back for day 4, welcome. I'm so proud of you. And if today is your first day, welcome. Now, I am going to, I guess, kind of give a little double lesson here today, because before we get started, I want to talk about something right quick. I was going to do a separate video about it, but I think I'm just going to, well, I'm going to stack it on top of this one right here. So we are in October, okay? October is the beginning of the last quarter of the year, okay? And so you always want to end the year with a bang, right? And so this is also the season of accelerated momentum, okay? And this is because October is also the month, this season for reaping harvest and for upgrades, okay? So the previous seeds that you've sown prior to now, you can absolutely begin to start seeing harvest from the seeds that you've sown prior to now, okay? Another thing to be expecting in this time and in this space is to be upgraded, okay? Let me slow down here. This is absolutely a time for upgrades, okay? So I want to talk to you about some things, signs and symptoms of this upgrade, okay? So you can have some clarity pertaining to. Okay, I'm so sorry. I hate when it does that. I'm gonna start putting my phone on to where it can't ring when I get on live. So, like I said, I'm going to talk to you about a few signs and symptoms to be expecting during this time of your ascending, okay? The first thing is going to be, I need you to understand that the veil right now is very, very thin. So you may find yourself being extra sensitive to low vibrations, meaning that for you to have to be around or to be in a low vibration situation is absolutely going to deplete you of your energy, okay? You may also find yourself being, I'm gonna say, well, yeah, a little frustrated, right? Like I said, having to dwell in these lower vibrational situations, because at this point in your ascension, you do not have what word am I looking for, maybe the bandwidth to withstand these lower vibrational energies just yet. So you have to get comfortable in operating in that space even though you are ascending, okay? So that is absolutely going to take some practice, okay? A few physical symptoms that I want to talk about are going to be like headaches, okay? And well, I guess like from what I've been experiencing, it's a headache, but it's more so like pressure. It almost feels like sinus pressure, okay? So headaches, bouts of fatigue, you not wanting to do anything. Also bouts of just a supernatural peace and calmness that you just want to immerse yourself in. And I'm also finding that when I'm overcome with this peace and this calmness, I am absolutely undergoing some amazing downloads. Another thing that I've been experiencing is waking up like at the wee hours of the morning, like 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And so I've also been noticing that in this time space, I also receive amazing downloads. Another sign is going to be ringing of the ears. Now, I know you can go and look it up, but certain tones and certain durations of rings and different things of this nature mean different things. So you can absolutely go down that rabbit hole and begin to see what that means, okay? Another thing is I've been experiencing is I have no appetite at all. I was just thinking about within this last week here, well, I've not really consumed anything. And another thing I noticed is I absolutely cannot do anything heavy or dense. So I've actually been doing a vegan diet here. It seems to be easier for me to consume. Now, even though I'm not eating, I have the best energy I've absolutely had in my life. So, burst of energy, okay? You may be experiencing bursts of energy, random bursts of creativity and insight and vision and just all these beautiful ideas coming to play. You find yourself in this beautiful flow, just going back and forth with spirit. I've also called it dancing with the universe because I've absolutely been dancing with the universe these last few weeks here. Hey, my loves. Hey, Josephine. Hey, Stereotypical Studios. Hey, my loves. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Another few symptoms that I've been experiencing are going to be random body aches. Now, this is the thing I need you to understand about these physical symptoms, okay? Spirit woke me up about 3 days ago in the middle of the night with this. It was 3:21. Look, 3:21 when I woke up. And so I know for me, just like I said, the deeper I get into this journey, I absolutely know my sensitivity is increasing and my intuition is increasing. And so a lot of the times before something happens in the physical world, my body is already feeling and sensing it. And so with that being said, I automatically start preparing for whatever it is that I'm about to receive subconsciously. I'm not consciously even aware of it. My body just starts doing whatever it needs to do. Something else that I've noticed about my body is that whenever there is a full moon cycle, my body will do whatever it needs to do to fall into administration on this full moon cycle. I don't know what this is about. I'm still, but that is also something that I'm noticing about my body being in sync with the universe and the cosmos and things like this. Now, Spirit woke me up the other day. Like I said, it was about 3:21 in the morning with this download. And so what Spirit was showing me is that in the middle of an ascension, okay, remember, you're always going to have an ascension. There's going to be multiple ascensions. You will always be required to go up a level, especially when you've already dominated the one that you're currently residing in. There's nothing left there for you to learn, okay? And so Spirit was showing me that every time you go through one of these ascensions, your body is reprogramming, okay? And what you have to understand about the body is made up of multiple systems that are running and functioning at the same time. Now, let me tell you now, I didn't finish school. I was not great in school. I was too busy for the streets. So I don't know much about the systems that dwell in us, but I know we have like the digestive system, the lymphatic system, the circulatory system, the reproductive system, all these different systems, right, that we have. Well, the thing about where the systems come into play is, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but disease derives from old pent-up emotions dwelling in the body, meaning something that you've experienced in your lifetime caused you to feel or experience a certain emotion, and somewhere in one of those systems that reaction from that emotion, that energy from that emotion still lies because you have not gone in and released it. And so what happens is later on in life, being that you've not gone in and did your inner works, these emotions, they show up as disease at some point in your life. This is why I stress to you all the time about you needing to let go. You cannot carry around everything that happens to you, my love. And so when you are ascending, these systems are now having to recalibrate, right, to go into the new program that you are now integrating with. And so being that the heavier, denser energies, these heavy emotions, these things are what keep you tethered to this lower vibration and don't allow you to rise up. So in the midst of your ascending, these emotions that you are unaware of that reside in these places unknown to you will show up in physical symptoms. And this is your body releasing these things so you can rise up, okay? So allow yourself to go through these things. I know it may be weird, right? Especially if you're not what word am I looking for? If you're not used to this, to being in your being, right? All these things are going to be new to you. And so I'm very, very familiar with them. So, like I was saying, allow these things to play through, come through. Allow yourself to go through them. Do not try to fight them. Allow them to come in. This is a release. This is also why when I pray and when I set my intentions, I make it a fact to ask Spirit, ask God to remove things to me known and unknown, okay? Another thing that I want to say about this upgrade is, I know for me personally, I am absolutely going into one of my highest timelines that I've ever gone into. And so that absolutely is going to be a shock to the system. Not only is it going to be a shock to the system, there's going to be a very uncomfortable area, because what is happening is you have now took on the consciousness of a higher vibration of self. And so this current vibration of you no longer fits. And so what's happening is that version of you is shattering. So that old world no longer exists, and the new world is not here yet. So now you find yourself in this gray area. Okay, a lot of people find it very uncomfortable. You feel very stagnant. You feel very confused. You feel very anxious, because you know you're going somewhere, but you don't know where you're going. You know you're moving, but yet you're not seeing anything in the physical realm yet. And so you ponder with yourself, right, on staying the course or going back, so you can be somewhere that you can see and that you can feel in the tangible. What I want to say to you here is, in this space, listen, look how hard I'm smiling. This is a beautiful space to be in. This is the space where you get to sit back and enjoy the work that you've already done. Take this time to reflect. Take this time to celebrate yourself. Take this time to prepare and get ready for where you know that you're going, because your success at this point is inevitable, because you are a conscious creator of your future. So you know where you are headed. So take this beautiful time, like I said, to perfect your craft. You hear me? Get into your creativeness and have all your things ready to go. That way, when you bust through the other side, you won't be so overwhelmed. Not only that, enjoy this little space here, because this is where you're going to get your rest in. Because once you break through to this new level where you're going to be booked and busy, baby. You're going to wish you had a little time to relax. So take this little space here, like I said, to reflect, relax, and prepare for where you are going. And enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. This is the part where, like I said, you just get to sit back and ride your wave. Okay? So, if you are experiencing any of those things that we just touched on, then I will absolutely say welcome to the upgrade, right? Welcome to a higher version of you, because that is absolutely where you are headed. Okay, now that's it on that. That's just a little, look, that's your October, that's your forecast for October. Okay, if you have any questions about it, if you want me to go more into it, drop a comment below and I will make a side video about it. Okay, now, to get into our lesson for today. Today is day 4 of our self-love challenge. Today, we are going to talk about reclaiming your energy, taking your power back, okay? And the way to begin to do this is going to be, you must start saying no without guilt. Let me say that one more time. You absolutely must start saying no. Okay? You've been thus far for thus long in a space in your life where you have given people nothing but total access to you, your mind, your heart, and your soul. And in the long run, there was no reciprocity. So now that we are in this space of this 21 days in getting ourselves together, this means you are going to have to begin to do what? Set some boundaries and limitations. And no is going to be the first way to do so. I used to be a yes man, okay? I can tell you now, the word no rarely, hardly ever came out of my mouth. No is not a word that I don't even think that my vocabulary possessed. Okay, and unfortunately what happens is when you are a yes man, a yes woman, you have now put yourself into position where anybody, anyone, anything can come in and out of your space whenever it wants to, without invitation, without any regard. You are a free agent. That means they can bring your problems to you, their issues to you, any time of any day, despite what you have going on in your life, in your world. It doesn't even matter what you have going on in your world, in your life at this point, because you, being that you are that yes man, you are their problem solver. Do you hear me? When they have a problem, when the people have a problem or something, they come to you. So they don't have to stress and worry and strife and all these things, because they know that as long as they give it to you, it will be done. And the thing about it is, when they bring these things to you, it doesn't matter if you have it or not, whether it's a physical thing, if it's an energy thing, if you have the capacity, the space, it doesn't matter, because all they know is that even if you don't, you will. You will figure it out, because you are a waymaker. So now you have the responsibility of the world, the weight of the world on your shoulders, while everybody else gets to walk around and do absolutely nothing. Hey, Gato. Hey, ooh, Axel. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this light. Okay. Do you know? No, I don't. I don't know who that is, baby. So you want to start saying no. And let me tell you this. No is a full statement. No is a complete sentence. When you say no, that's it. You don't owe anybody a long, drawn out explanation. No is no. I'm going to tell you now. Over explaining yourself makes you look weak. So if anything, you want to take on silence. Silence is a superpower. So when you tell somebody no, it means no, and you keep on moving on. You saying no is you now choosing, right, to not only conserve but preserve your energy for yourself. It's easy to overextend yourself and then have nothing to give when you need it, because you continue to give all of yourself away. And I'm going to tell you now, there is no reciprocity. The people are used to taking, and as long as you're giving, they're going to take. They're not thinking about you needing them or what happens when you call them and you need them to do something for you. That's never even crossed their mind. What happens is, when people are so used to you being strong and so used to you getting things done, they forget that you are still dwelling and residing in this world just like they are, and that you absolutely have feelings. This is why, how does that saying go? Nobody ever really checks on the strong one. They're just used to you going and getting things done. And I'm going to tell you now, for that time in your life, okay. But for moving forward, no more. You have to be mindful of appreciation and reciprocity. If you're the only one giving, then you must evaluate the situation and eliminate people from getting too comfortable taking from you. And I'm going to tell you now, it wasn't until I think like this past 2 months or so that I've been feeling some type of way, because I'm noticing how people are so comfortable giving me their stuff. You know what I mean? Giving me their issues or what they're going through, or emitting their energy onto me so they don't have to deal with it. And I'm going to tell you now, in the space that I'm in my life now, absolutely not. That is not okay. You have to understand, we are all human and we all have free will. Every day that we wake up, we all have choices and decisions to make. So I know that you think that you're helping, but I'm going to tell you now, you must start allowing people to navigate their own consequences from their choices and actions, my love. You cannot keep assuming responsibility for other people's problems, nor should they continue to feel so comfortable putting them on you. So one thing I had to do and realize was I could not be mad at the people for feeling that way because I allowed them to handle me this way. This is why you must be mindful of the way that you treat yourself, because the way that you treat yourself, others are going to fall in line with that self-treatment of self. I had to now step in and say, no more. This is not okay. Yes, I've allowed it for so long, but now it's time for me to pour all that back into myself. This is the other thing you have to be mindful of. People are easy at taking, right? Like I said, people are easy at taking. But when it comes time, the tables turn, and now there is nothing available. I'm going to tell you now, there is nothing going to be available to you. It got to the point where I just started asking people for stuff just to see what their response was going to be, because I just could not understand, after everything I had done for so long. If I asked you for anything, it should have been an automatic yes. This is the other thing. People don't really handle you how you handle them when you step back and see into these situations. People are taking advantage of you left and right, and it's always going to be the closest one to you. Not only is it also going to be the closest one to you, the closest ones to you are going to be the main ones who make you feel some type of way about you now stepping into your power and you saying no. I mean the family, the close friends, them children, because they are going to know just what to say, just what button to push to make you feel less than. Even though they know that you are in a space of trying to build yourself back up. This is an automatic human response. When they see you leaving, they want to hold on. I'm going to tell you now. I don't care who it is. You do not allow anybody to come up now in your healing space and try to manipulate you by something that you've done in the past, because this is what people need to start understanding. You can only do and give what you knew and what you had in the moment of the situation. So what you did and what you did not do then has absolutely nothing to do with what you are doing now. You live to learn to do better. And if you would have knew better then, and you would have done it. So do not allow anybody to keep pushing them buttons and making you feel anything other than your best self. Because I'm telling you now, they will do it. They are going to do it. You, in this new space, you're going to have to start treating people how to handle you, love. You're going to have to start showing people you are no longer who you used to be. So no, they do not get to treat you anything other than who you are now becoming. That is a non-negotiable. And if they don't like it, well, guess what then? That person does not need to be in your space right now. That's what your cocoon is for. That's why That cocoon is set in place. That is the third what step to metamorphosis. Get into your cocoon. Okay? So, you gotta start, you must start putting boundaries in place, okay? You saying no is you now, and I'm not saying you have to just no and just cut. No, it's up to you, but you know what is draining you and what is not. You know what is beneficial to you and what is not. And I'm going to tell you now, if you do have a problem when it comes to saying no, if you feel like you're having a hard time, I want you to consider the fact that you might be an empath. Because if you are an empath, that means you are naturally set up to feel other people's emotions. And if you're not careful, that can absolutely be used against you, okay? You have to be able to know the difference between sympathy and empathy, because they're not the same thing. It's okay to empathize with somebody, but you don't always want to sympathize, because you sympathize and put you in a space to be taken advantage of because you feel sorry for the person. But you now understand that that person has free will and that person made those choices and decisions, and now they have to sit in the consequences of it. So it shouldn't be so hard for you to start saying no. So I want you to now, today's assignment is going to be practice setting one boundary today. And like I said, when you set these boundaries, set them with love. You're not, you don't want to, you're not trying to come off ugly or, make it seem like you don't know. This is you bettering yourself. Now, some people may take it that way, but that's okay. That's just them, in my eyes, exposing, right, how weak that they are and how much they were siphoning your energy. Okay, that's how you know who's for you, right? Because if it's a difference in, what's that saying? Is somebody down for you or keeping you down? This is what you're going to see here. Some of the people that you think are down for you, they're not really down for you. They helping you stay down. And they want you down there because as long as you down there, they have access to you. Start paying attention to what's going on. Okay? I'm going to tell you another thing. If you notice that certain people come around you, like I said, if you're ascending, you're already going to be extra sensitive to these low vibrational energies. But if you notice that when certain individuals come around you and you feel just drained, or after interacting with them, you feel just drained, those people are taking your energy. So until you are able to set that field around yourself and being able to have that shield around you so they can't siphon your energy, until you learn how to set that force field, you might have to take a little time away from these people, places, and things. Okay? Now, I know I was talking to you earlier about the energies and the shifts happening with October. This is a little side note I want to put in here that Spirit gave me. When it comes to changing, right, and when it comes to Spirit asking you and requiring you to let things go, I want you to focus on letting them go internally, okay? You just do the inner work. Don't focus on trying to actually make these things move and leave out of your life externally, because what is going to happen is you Consciously trying to remove those things are going to set the reverse action into place. It's actually going to cause you to grip on tighter to these things, okay? In your mind, the logic is going to be, well, this is the last time, right? I'm getting ready to walk away from this person, this place, this thing. So let me entertain it, or let me overindulge in it before I have to let it go. And I'm going to tell you now, that is not doing anything but tightening your grip onto whatever that thing is. Technically, you focusing on the work inwardly, going inwardly, you will automatically, once that belief system, that mind system, that heart and that soul system begin to upgrade, begin to change, that means your actions, your attention, and your focus are now going to also be shifted, right? So those things that you were normally drawn to, right, or entertaining, are going to automatically fall off, because the vibration that you're going into, they cannot hold. It cannot come up with you, so it will automatically fall off. So just focus on your inner work, okay? Keep yourself focused on the inside, and everything outside of you will fall into place, okay? I'm also telling you this because I am somebody who suffered from addiction, right? And that addictive personality. So like I tell you all the time, I tell you these things because not only do I know them to be true, but I've actually experienced them myself, okay? So I think that is going to be, let's go back. One last thing and I'm getting off. You know, people are something. Humans are something. And one thing that I've noticed is people feel obligated to you. Not only to you, but they feel obligated to your things that you have, things that you're doing, your time, your attention. And I'm going to tell you now, these people are not obligated to you, and nor are you obligated to these people. Each and every person walking this universe all has their own journey. And the problem is, when it comes to family and your children and things like this, you know, the lines, I feel like they get blurry. But you have to understand, we're all our own individuals and are on our own journeys. And at some point, you have to allow the people to experience their journey. Okay? I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. I have the journals linked down in my description box here. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to drop them below. I know that I have a few followers asking for specific videos, and I absolutely am going to do these videos, but I'm going to wait until we finish this 21-day challenge, because I don't want to have too much going on and have you going too many different places. So if you have any video ideas or topics that you want to touch on, please feel free to drop them down in the links comments below, because I absolutely will deliver these messages. And so I'm going to start working on them now though, so that way by the time we're finished here, I'll be ready to go. So like I was saying, I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. But what I want you to make sure you absolutely do for the rest of your night, bye bye.